to start a new lesson, that is transport and communication. As you all know, every year you have got this lesson. Even last year also you have had this lesson. So you all know what is transport and what is communication. Transporting means taking of the movement or taking the goods or services, rendering services or taking passengers from one place to another is known as transport. So you all know what is transport. So it provides utility of place and time. So it tells the use of the place and the use of the time when the transportation takes place. So it links between different ways. How it links between? It links between production, distribution, exchange and other related activities. So it has got connection with the production. In transport you have got the connection with the production, how to distribute, exchange and other related activities. So what is the importance? The main importance of transport. So transport is also plays a very important role in the development of all factors, even in the human life, in the human activities. Namely, they are primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. So there are three sectors in the transportation, that is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. It is said that if agriculture and industries are the body and bones of a national organism, transport and communication are the nerves. Keep it in mind, children, this is very important. It is said that if agriculture and industries are the body and the bones of a national organism, transport and communication are the nerves. So the transport, there are they are cheap means of transport. So there are expensive means of transport also, there are cheap means of transport also. To develop resources, agriculture promotes industrial progress, widening in marketing, increase internal and external trade, provide employment, raises the income and also the standard of living of the people. It encourages tourism and also helps in helps in defense time. So transportation helps in all the fields of the life for the people to move or to transport or to exchange of goods, services, etc. So there are different modes of transport. The following chart, there is a chart in your book, you can see, children. So transport, there are three types of transport: land, water and airways. So these are all the transport: land transport, water transport and airways transport. So you have got a chart in your book. So here in land transport, again there comes different ways. What are they? Roadways, railways and pipelines. Okay, children. So in land transport, you are going to learn about roadways, railways, and pipeline. So second one is water transport. You have got the inland and ocean. Okay. Then next you have got the airways. In airways, what you have got? You have got two types. That is national and international. So you are going to learn about all these things. Okay, inland you are going to learn. Under land there are roadways, railways, pipelines. Underwater you have got inland waterways and ocean. And in the airways you have got national and international. So these are all the things we are going to learn in this lesson. cities or the towns, villages, okay, either rural areas or urban areas, everywhere the roads are connected. And you can see roads from not from now, right from the beginning, from the ancient times. So you can see the roads since from the ancient times. So roads are called as the ancient and universal means of transport. So they play a very vital role in the economic growth of the nation. So roads are playing a very vital role in the economic growth of the nation. And India is a land of villages. So we have got more villages in India, and the main occupation of Indian villagers are the agriculture. So and agricultural, and it is one of the agricultural nation in India. So for the development of agriculture and villages, industries, roads are essential. For the development of agriculture, industries, for everything what is important, roads are very needful. So because they are very convenient, it connects to every nook and corner. I said even to the isolated villages where no one is going there, where nobody can reach, even that nook and corner also, the roads can be easily connectable. So roads can be constructed in forest and hilly regions also, not only in the flat land, even in the forest, even in the hilly places, everywhere we can construct the roads. So they connect remote places with towns, cities, and also they provide every services. Even you can see through roadways you can get door-to-door services. Now you have got so many things, your Amazon, your Flipkart, your so many things. How they come? They all come with the help of their to your doorstep by the roadways itself. They are the feeders too. So they are the feeders, means because of roads, which are the other transport are helpful for the roads? That is the railways, the seaports, and the airports. So because of the roads are the main helpers for the railways, for the seaports and the airports. So they play a very important role in the tourism and trade, commerce and industries. So they create employment opportunities and are most useful for defense, especially in border areas. So next you are going to learn is about the types of roads. What are the types of roads? On the basis of physical structure, the roads, how the structure, the roads can be divided. So they are divided again into two types. They are metallic roads and unmetallic roads. What are metallic roads, children? So metallic roads are the ones which are constructed with cement, concrete or asphalt. So they are the strong roads which you can, it will long last, okay, it are made with the concrete, cement, etc. How the houses and all are built, the same way here also this concrete road, the metallic roads are made of concrete, cement and asphalt. But here one more roads are there, which are they? Unmetallic roads. So these are not the permanent roads, these are the temporary roads. Mostly you find these roads in the villages, children, okay, and it won't last for longer time. So unmetallic roads are which are common in, you can see, in the all the rural areas. So the government is making its level best. Attempts are being made to convert the mud roads into metallic roads. So our Prime Minister Gram Sadak Yojana is taken up in this direction. So Gram Sadak Yojana is being taken up. So on the basis of construction and maintenance of roads, roads are classified again into 5 types. Keep it in mind, children. So the types of roads are 2, that is metallic and unmetallic. But now on the basis of the construction and maintenance of roads, again they are again divided into 5 types. What are they? First one, children, it is the golden quadrilateral and super highway. Second one, it is the national highway. Third is the state highway. Fourth is the district roads. And the fifth is the village roads. Keep it in mind, children. Golden quadrilateral and super highway. Second is national highway. Third is state highway. Fourth is district roads. And the fifth one is village roads. So the first one I'm going to go. That is, what do you mean by golden quadrilateral and super highway? So now you can see now all the highways and all where there are change from the golden quadrilateral. It's a project which is turned to 4 to 6 lanes roads. 4 by 6 lanes roads are made. So it was started in 1999. So this highway network connect major cities as well as cultural and industrial centers of the country. So these roads are mainly linked to Delhi, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Surat, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Bhubaneswar, Kolkata, Allahabad, Kanpur and Delhi. So, after golden quadrilateral and now one more thing I said you is the super highway. What is super highway, children? So, super highway is again divided into two types. That is the northwest corridor and the east-west corridor. So, the first one is northwest corridor. Northwest corridor runs from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Keep it in mind, children. The northwest corridor runs from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, and the second east-west corridor runs from Silchar in Assam to Porbandar in Gujarat. Silchar in Assam to Porbandar in Gujarat. They also connect mainly important cities, industrial centers and ports. The construction and maintenance of these roads is under the control of National Highway Authority of India, that is NHAI. So here I am going to stop the lesson. I will continue in the next class. Thank you children for watching the video.